Kazakhstan is an educational program on domestic tourism produced within the framework of Ruhani Jangiru project. Every episode, our camera crew travels along popular routes marked on a touristification map of the Republic. Bayterek Tower is not only the most influential and recognizable attraction of Astana, but it is also the representation of a new era of life of Kazakhstani nation. The monumental building is extraordinary when you study its characteristics. Trying to wrap your head around tons of concrete and steel for the first time. It strikes imagination the second time when you see it with your eyes, and finally, when you are on the observation deck in the ball. Are you ready to get surprised with us? We will tell you about the most notable architectural and cultural sites of our capital. I am Shimbolat Pazil, and this is Travel Around Kazakhstan program. Bayterek is a tree of life, which holds the earth with its roots and supports the sky with the crown. Nursultan Nazarbayev was the initiator of the project, and Akmurza Rustambiekov acted as an architect. The construction of the monument started in 1996 and continued for 6 years. In 2002, when the Bayterek had formally opened, people illustrated it on tenge bills, postage stamps, and commemorative awards. The design of Bayterek consists of several layers. The bottom level is below ground and goes 4.5 meters deep. You can see modern paintings and such art objects. And most importantly, an elevator that will take us up to the 100-meter height to a fascinating panoramic view of Astana. When building the site, the volume of excavation was more than 8.5 thousand cubic meters. The workers delivered 2,900 cubic meters of concrete, more than 1,000 tons of structural steel, and more than 1,500 square meters of glass for a dome. The height of the installation, including the ball on top, is 105 meters. The diameter of the sphere is 22 meters. It is interesting that Bayterek has several meaningful places and signs. For example, the Ayali Alakan composition with the print of the right hand of the president is on the 97th level. The mark of 97 meters carries a certain subtext. Exactly in 1997, Astana became the capital of Kazakhstan. The sphere has another fascinating object, a globe with autographs of representatives of 17 world religions, which signifies their unity. The monument of Kire and Janibek Khans, the founder of Kazakh state, was opened on 1st June 2010 in the public garden in front of the museum of the first president. The total height of the statue is 12 meters and it weighs about 16 tons. Renat Abianov is a sculptor. The memorial represents the triumph of freedom, the birth of the new Khanate, and the state of the new life. Kire, on the right of the first Khan of Kazakhs, is depicted in the saddle recently removed from his horse. Janibek Khan stands in full length, personifying courage, pride, and strength. believe that Kire and Janibek have proclaimed an entirely new era. It is not Turkic or the Golden Horde. In the middle of 15th century, in broad steppes of Central Asia, on the historical arena, the community of people who called themselves the Kazakh Khanat has appeared. The leader of Kazakhstan, Nursultan Nazarbayev, said on the unveiling of the statue, "We reveal our profound appreciation and gratitude to great people who stood at the origins of the Kazakh statehood." They chose a symbolic spot in December of 1997. The heart of the new capital of the independent Kazakhstan started to beat here. The Hazrat Sultan Mosque on the right bank of the Isin River is in close proximity to the Palace of Peace and Reconciliation and the Kazakh Eli Monument. Special meaning is here too. Hazrat Sultan is one of the epithets of the Sufi sheikh and the author of Diwani Hikmet, Khoja Ahmet Yasawi, whose mausoleum is in Turkestan. Before going inside, we should add that the mosque is on 11 hectares territory. The central hall of the mosque rests on massive white columns that create a feeling of its flowing above the ground. More than 1,500 builders and masters took part in its construction. The 2-ton chandelier illuminates one of the halls. Size of mosque rooms covers almost 18 hectares. This territory has prayer rooms, wedding halls, rooms for reading Quran and conducting lessons for seminarians, as well as closet and the room for washing. The Hazrat Sultan Mosque is in the Cathedral Mosque, completed in a classic style with national Kazakh ornaments. It is able to include up to 10,000 worshippers and has the biggest dome in Kazakhstan. The mosque has 8 small hemispherical roofs as well. 4 minarets stationed on the corners of the building. Each are 77 meters high. A remarkable detail: the copy of an ancient unique Islamic manuscript of 8th century, Osman's Quran, is in the possession of the mosque. The Moscow Mint manufactured the copy from the highest silver probe. It is a gift from the head of the state. The attraction in the center of the capital always draws people's eyes. It seems to hover over the ground. These 80 meters in diameter of steel and glass look lightweight. The structure named Nur Alem is the only spherical building of such scale. The National Pavilion of Kazakhstan takes the center stage at the Expo 2017 International Fair. It is named Nur Alem, which translates from Kazakh as bright world, for a reason. The main object of Nur Alem is executed in the form of 8-story glowing sphere. According to organizers, the object can be seen from space. The territory of Astana Expo 2017 exhibition complex is equally impressive. It is 174 hectares. To visualize the extent of the display, imagine placing 236 football fields at the same time in the enormous area. However, instead of stadiums, 26 futuristic facilities had been developed here. The creation of Sir Norman Foster, the Palace of Peace and Reconciliation, is another attraction of Astana, specially built for the Congress of Leaders of Global and Traditional Religions in 2006. The pyramid saw grand productions and heard the voice of Montserrat Cabell, who visited during its opening. The Palace of Peace and Reconciliation, built according to the principles of the Golden Ratio. The ancient Egyptian masters used them in the building of pyramids. Probably, it is the reason the largest hall of the palace named after the ancient Egyptian ruler. One of the most notable details on top of the pyramid is a stained glass window with the image of 130 doves. These birds, according to a creator and artist, Brian Clark, denote the variety of nationalities and ethnicities living on the territory of Kazakhstan. The Palace in Peace of Reconciliation is a regular pyramid, which is 62 meters at the base and 62 meters high, respectively. Art galleries, conference, concert, and opera halls, and a greenhouse concentrated there. The biggest lobby is Cheops Atrium, the area of which comprises of more than 2,000 square meters. Let's check it out.
Макеті ұсынылған. Жалпы ғимарат бізде 8 қабаттан тұрады. Біз келген қонақтарға 3 қабатта аралатып көрсетеміз.
The layout of the Palace of Peace and Reconciliation presented to your attention shows 8 floors. Firstly, we demonstrate 3 levels to our guests. The opera hall is on the first. The largest gallery, atrium, is on the third one. On the 8th floor, we have a small rounded conference room. Offices of the cultural center are on all other levels. A history museum and library, which belongs to Turk Academy, are on the 2nd floor. Here is some exciting information about this place. First, the pyramid has 5 elevators that move diagonally. Such know-how is used only in the Eiffel Tower and in one of the Las Vegas hotels. The hanging gardens of Astana and the winter garden with the collection of all plants of the world are inside the palace. By the way, you could see one of the galleries, and we have 4 of them. The composition of the general plan of development of Astana till 2030. It is also a time machine, which allows seeing the future of the capital in the next full 12 years. Greenwater Boulevard is a popular tourist site in Astana now, renamed Nurjol. Every detail is full of significance, according to a well-known Japanese architect, Kisho Kurakawa, who designed it. The boulevard leads to a remarkable future. This is a strategically important neighborhood in Astana and the whole country. The government of the Republic, the Senate, and Majlis are here, as well as offices of largest national companies, the National Library, and the State Archive of Kazakhstan. Avenue is a 3-level construct along the whole distance. The floor ground has car parking, which can fit up to 400 cars. The second layer is full of shops, cafes, and restaurants, exhibition galleries, and so on. The walking area is on top of this structure. Small architectural elements intricately intertwined with green islands. However, 6 zones along the walking route deserve special attention. Here, wells of natural lighting are formed, around which cross-level stairs and winter gardens arranged. That is impressive. Do you know what the Nurjol Avenue is noble for? It lives and constantly develops. Buildings along the boulevard are being finished. The top will carefully cover the road from adverse weather conditions should complete the construction. This final touch will make it attractive to the public in any time of the year.
И этот последний штрих должен сделать его привлекательным для посещения в любое время года.
Fountains are the treasure of the avenue. They do not look the same and have their own character. However, they have something in common. In summer, they will make you fresh and relaxed. 2.5 kilometers. The whole route of Nurjol guarantees you will not get bored. You can get here and find something new for yourself every time. Han Shatir. What associations, besides the amount of steel, glass, and concrete used in its construction, come to mind when you look at this surprising architectural site? Probably the biggest marquee in the world, Han among tents? If that is how you thought, you are correct. This facility is unmatched in its class. It is among top 10 best global ecological buildings of the Forbes Style magazine. The renowned architect Sir Norman Foster designed it. If you're ready, let's go inside. The building is 150 meters high with a spire. Structure of the marquee is intriguing. It is a net from steel stacks, where a transparent polymer coating, a membrane smoothly turning into a concrete foundation. It shields the interior space from sharp temperature changes and creates a unique microclimate inside. This is very important for severe Astana weather. It is above 25 degrees in the marquee and minus 30 overboard. What else people know Han Shatir for? In fact, it is an enormous shopping and amusement complex, which total area is 127,000 square meters. It has more spaces for supermarkets, cinemas, restaurants, fitness gyms, and cafes. Do you want some advice? Look at Han Shatir at night, when his dome shines with iridescent light as if it collected actual northern lights from the sky and put them into the layer. The view is so mesmerizing it is impossible to take your eyes off of it. Astana Opera is the third largest opera theater in the world, the jewel of the capital and Kazakhstan. People spent huge resources during its construction and designed and established with Sicilian marble and golden glaze. The theater house has a massive chandelier from Bohemian glass in the hall too. Patterns and ornaments on ceilings are hand-painted by Italian artists. On the architecture and interior development, a vast team of different specialists worked from more than 30 countries of the world, from Kazakhstan, Russia, Switzerland, Italy, Morocco, Albania, and so on. German masters were involved in a theater scene, and Italians were responsible for acoustics. The theater decorated with a special Sicilian marble inside and outside. Thanks to this, the opera house will ornament Astana for a long time, because marble is natural and everlasting stone. Astana Opera is a temple of high art without any exaggeration. It held multiple events incredible in scope during Expo 2017. Take the performance of 8th Symphony of Mahler, with the participation of 1,200 artists of the choir and artists from Kazakhstan and Italy alone. The repertoire of the theater is quite reputable. It has outstanding works of opera and ballet classics, The Sleeping Beauty by Tchaikovsky and Romeo and Juliet by Sergei Prokofiev. Moreover, here they staged the first Kazakh opera, Kuzhebek, the work of Yevgeny Brusilovsky. The mission of the theater is a promotion of classics. Pop music does not need promoting. It is on the surface. However, classical music requires highly professional art. Accordingly, it must be that way. So the audience wanted to go to the theater to get in touch with the masterpieces of classical music. It is encouraging that it is impossible to get tickets to Astana Opera today. Kisho Kurawaka and Sir Norman Foster live in the city, leaving a part of their souls in architectural creations. The voice of Montserrat Cabell still resonates in the Palace of the Peace and Reconciliation. Welcome to Astana. I am Shimbalat Pazil with Travel Around Kazakhstan.